It is our joy as the tutors of this beautiful class of 2024 to welcome you to this Glastonbury ordination.
It's a deep pleasure to be here and have been witness to the growth and the expansion of all of these ordinands, and to welcome you as family and friends here, present and online, who have travelled alongside these magnificent beings.
I've been asked to open with an invocation. So I would just like to say a few words about what that means. An invocation. It's a solemn and profound act. It's a sacred utterance. It's the calling, the inviting, the summoning up, and a calling forth of a great energy, a power that is greater than we individual forms. A great power that we can ask to help us, that we can ask to support us, that we can lean into, that will guide us, that will carry us through life and through the ceremony of life. That is an invocation. So it's a big ask. It's not something to be done lightly. This invoking of powers and discerning what is the most fitting power of all to invoke for a ceremony such as this. It's a very humbling place to be in. But I can think of no greater power to invoke than a power that is already here. And that in the invocation, it's a welcoming. Because the greatest power, I think, is, as so many songwriters and poets have said before us, is the power of love. Not any old love. A courageous love, a wise love, a generous love, a liberative, freeing love. A love that can survive death. A love that can bring hope back to life again. Even for the most desperate of circumstances and amongst the most desperate of people. And here we are. So, where can a grace such as this, a power such as this be found, except in the depths of a human heart? You brought it in. You've been doing it all this time. And so the power, I think, that I've been asked to invoke, I think it's already here. So what I'm going to do is ask us to be conscious of it and aware of it and to bring it up and to bring it out so that we can feel it in the air and in our very breath. It's already here in this ancient place. And I invoke it from this area and the power of this land. And it's already here in the journeys that you've walked. And I invoke it here into the present moment of now, because there is only now. And I invoke it for our futures. So I'm going to invite you now simply to be aware and join me in this invocation, this grand invocation, this summoning up the wellspring of your love from deep within. And so it's just filling this room, this beautiful room that knows so much about extraordinary ceremony. So join me if you'd like to make a gesture, hand on heart or heart open, and let's share in this invocation to the power of love to carry us through this ceremony for these beautiful souls that are saying, here I am. As we step out into a world that needs this power of love no more urgently, perhaps ever before. And so, the invocation that we all share now is to the love the spirit of love that is within, that is around, that is beyond us. It's been here all along, and it will carry us through. Take a moment, just take a moment. It's here. You brought it in, and so it is. So it is.
So, yeah, have a look around. Have a look around. All of us have something in common because we're here. And this is the foundation of this OneSpirit group of people, this OneSpirit organization. We are like-hearted people. We come together because we know there's something about humanity. Maybe it's been forgotten in the craziness of this life. But we know, this OneSpirit environment knows that humanity is not bad. Humanity is full of heart. OneSpirit, part of OneSpirit's intention is to remember our hearts and our heart's connection. Wherever we are coming from, it's not about being the same. It's about being different, but together. And that's the work we do, all of us. You know, by association, we're all part of this OneSpirit organisation. I can't say that word, but there's another word for it. You know, collective, that's a better word. You know. But it's here. Not necessarily, but here. You know. And the intention, the wider intention is peace. Peace. Can you feel peace? Can you breathe peace? In this moment, relax, breathe, and feel peace. It is our innate nature. And sometimes it's a lot of work. Peace is inclusive. Peace means I can hear a different worldview to me and embrace it, even if I don't understand it. Peace means we are together. Different, the same, but we're together. We are not at war. This OneSpirit collection of people do not want war. We want peace in here. And this is what we're working for. And these folks, these ordinands who are here today, that we're all here to celebrate and hold, they've done a lot of work over these 2 years for peace. Peace starts within. You all know this. And that's what they've been doing in relationship to themselves and in relationship to others, been working for peace. And that's hard work. So I want to thank, and we want to thank all of you, families, friends, whatever other label you want to come under, but all of those who have held these ordinands in companionship, in love, in tolerance, in witnessing these 2 years, because I'm sure there's been a lot of turbulence, change, love. So I want to thank you all for accompanying them, being part of this journey that these brave souls have taken. 2 years of intense work is an undertaking, is a courageous commitment to stick with it, to go through the highs and the lows, to find the heart of humanity, to find relationship, to find our connection, whatever that means to each one of us. So I want to honour all of you who have held these amazing people through this journey, and want to honour you, Ordinands, and Georgina in New Zealand. You're here too, in the work that you've done. Thank you and welcome.
6 simple words. I am here to be seen.
I am here to be seen.
Once again, think what you're saying.
I am here to be seen.
third time.
I am here to be seen.
So from the moment that you were born and that little head looks out into the world, those eyes, you're asking, see me. I'm here to be seen. You know where you came from, and you want where you came from not to be forgotten. And these beautiful people here have learned now, on a long journey, how to see you. And I see you, they have said many times. So through the many crises in life, through the ups and downs, the pain and the joy, again and again, our big hearts call, see me. Please, see who I really am.
Please stand to make your commitment intentions. Please respond with I will after each question. Will you be inclusive, serving without discriminating on the basis of race, age, gender, religious affiliation, ethnic background, economic status, sexual orientation, or any other discriminating distinction? Will you continue to deepen in your own spiritual practice so that the service you offer others may always be grounded in the integrity of an authentic and evolving spiritual life?
I will.
Will you promise to fulfill, to the best of your ability, the personal vow you took on retreat?
I will.
Will you abide by the OneSpirit Interfaith Foundation's Code of Ethics?
I will.
The ordinands will be initiated into ministry. They will initially step forward into their own sanctity. They will then affirm their ordination through the ancient act of anointing with sacred oil. Throughout, they will be receiving blessings from the community of OneSpirit and through the love of all those present here now, online, and in the future. We ask for your help in creating amongst us a profound stillness where we can all feel the presence of the sacred most intimately, in which to support the ordinands to be as receptive as possible to their ordination.
Mighty world all yours. I heard Mandela's friend, my friends he roared. Alle, alle, alleluia. From ignorant bliss to burden of light, song breaking the night. Oh, tend the seed, tend the spark inside. Alle, alle, alleluia. come the power, come the bud, come the flower. Oh, come the moment and bless the hour. Alle, alle, alleluia. Murmurings of stillness round your face.
And so in this extraordinary gateway that you have been navigating, and it's not linear, as you know, it's very squiggly and very messy, I really invite us to be open to the cracks, as Bayo Akomalafe so talks about, where in times where nothing is working, the binaries and the linear and the structures, as we all can see, are falling apart. And the familiar answers are not going to be the ones that are going to help us. And we have to fall through the cracks to find a new way. So there is something about tolerating discomfort that I have seen you as a group engage with. A peacemaking that is not about a rarefied oneness state, but a peacemaking that is the gritty, often awful tolerance of difference. And I so celebrate your willingness, because as hard as it is, this is the pioneering work that OneSpirit is called to, and the peacemaking is to awaken. It is to awaken to this abundance of resource that is here from all the worlds, if we call out to it. There is so much wanting to work with us. And I have seen you practice that, and I know that you will continue to forge it with us. So our deep gratitude is to you and to all who have been supporting you. As at your vow taking, I remind you that we see your magnificence, we heard your vows, and we support you. All blessings in your leadership, in your own spiritual authority, and in the hard and beautiful work of forging your togetherness. Thank you.
Whose cups overfulleth? When I was asked to say some words as a trustee, I had all these great ideas. I thought of doing a libation. Who knows about libation? It's a ritual where we call in our ancestors to bless the space. I even thought of this little light of mine. And I had visions of us singing and dancing while we bless the space for the new ordinance. Then I thought of talking of where we come from, where we are now, or maybe where we're going in the future. Then I had to reread the message from lovely Nicola here. Because I was only given 3 minutes. And I often laugh when someone says to a minister, you've only got 2 and 3 and 5 minutes. Because one of our roles is talking and sharing, and it sometimes can be very hard to manage that space. I want to first acknowledge and welcome all ordinants. You've come into a very sacred community, and we're honoured that you chose us to take your next journey in your life. I want to acknowledge
the hard-working team and staff and faculty. They work so closely behind the doors, and also some with you. I want to just acknowledge us here and the community that have held this space for the last 2 years. I don't know everything, but I'm from class 212, and I know that there was good and bad, challenging and great. And I also want to just send some love out to the new people that will come in the future too, because they're welcome in this space as well. And I'm going to close with a short blessing. One of my practices is that I always burn a candle every night before I go to bed. And I always put people's names and families and the world and suffering and whoever else might need that light that night. And I ask it to burn throughout the night while I'm sleeping. And I've done that every night for the last 12 years. And I get quite a lot of joy and comfort from that too. And I brought it here because I want the ordinance to know, and the community to know, and everyone else here, that you'll be part of that lighting of the candle of the night from now on. And I also light it for those that we don't know who need it too. May Spirit grant you always a sunbeam to warm you, a moonbeam to charm you, a sheltering angel so nothing can harm you, laughter to cheer you, faithful friends to be with you. Forgiveness when needed. And when you pray and have your silent time, heaven to hear you. Give thanks and praise, I say.
That this ordination and graduation ceremony for the class of 2024 is complete.